Welcome to Hack Shack Studios. Good morning. I think it's still morning. It's been a crazy couple of days here at the T-Bear Homestead. Indeedy do. Hope you all had a great weekend. I'm gonna reveal something to you guys soon, but I'm gonna wait for a sign of life. So this is just I had a show planned, but something else came up. Something. Can you hear that? Something big. Can you hear that? Did you hear that? Well, I'm not sure I'm going to wait. Oh, there we go. There we go. I am a sign of life. Yes, Jeff Potts, you are the sign of life. We have Danger Vanessa. What is up? We have Leroy. Hey, Leroy. I heard you're turning into quite a YouTuber. We got to hang out again soon. That would be fun. We got Christopher John, 2 first names. That's when you know somebody is truly it. It's got the it factor when they have 2 first names. Hello there, Jasper 9, Plan 9. It's got 9 plans. Yes. That's either an animal or you really got bad gas. Well, this animal might be giving me some bad gas. Heard the call of the T-Bear. Yeah, I like that, Improby. I like that. We got Marty Weber. How are you, brother? All right. Well, this is just going to be a fun hangout, and I'm kind of on dog duty here. And the reason he's all wrapped up in a towel is because I was taking a shower and you can see he's wet. Here, put your head up. Here, put your head up there. There you go. There you go. All right. Let's get you a close up. I think I wore him out. There you go. So this is Arrow. This is God, you are wet. You're so wet. He was shivering, so I had to put him in a blanket. Let's see if we can wake him up a little bit. Yeah, I'll tell the Arrow story. Oh, listen to you. Yeah, she's only 2 months old. So there he is with a dry head. So what do you think? Smile. There's his little rumpus. So I hope he behaves. I wore him out. He's had quite an adventure. He makes these pig sounds. He will bark when he gets riled up. You know what I should do? I should see if we can do more of this shot. Yeah. Suck it up. Yeah, so we, Pamela and I, what was it, Saturday morning, we had a bunch of errands and things that we had to do. And so one of them was we have the Woodlands Nursery here. And so we drove over there to pick up some plants and things like that. We're redoing the whole backyard right now. Sorry about that. And so on the way back, on the side of the road, there's a truck and it says free puppies. So I don't know. I'm not like this at all. And I was like, you want a puppy? And I told my wife and she's like, well, I don't know. And she's the one that wants a dog. I didn't want a dog. We had a dog in California and they're loud and they're a mess. Yeah, it's half pig. Yeah, he's making pig sounds. They said they make pig sounds when they're happy, supposedly. So yeah, so we're driving, and my wife's flips a U-turn, and we go back, and we pull up, and there's already a couple there, and they got one of the little pups. So there were five pups, and a family, there was a little boy and a little girl. So the dad's really eager to get rid of the dogs, and he's like, any dog you want, just pick it out, and take it out, and it's yours. And so then he said something about just give us a donation or something like that. Yeah. And so we started looking, and the other couple already had a dog in their arms, so they had already kind of figured out what they wanted. And so I was observing. So there were 4 left, and there were 2. One was white with black spots, and this one's black with white spots. And they were kind of roaming around. They were a little bit more social and more friendly. And then there were 2 that they were a little bigger, and they were passed out. So I think he might be the runt. But he was really involved. He was awake. He was checking everything out. And so I picked him up, and I handed him to Pamela, and I went like this. I went just like this. And I think she fell in love with him. And so we decided to keep him and take him. So the funny thing is, they were like, oh, well, just give us whatever, just kind of like tip us or whatever, and make a donation. And so Pamela only had a $10 bill in her wallet. Like, we don't really carry too much cash anymore. We used to carry a lot more cash, but credit cards and everything being what they are. And so she handed them the $10, and we took off with the dog. And he seemed pretty fine. So that is how we got this dog. So let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, we got Albino Thunderbuns. What's up? Today is Rob 10th? What is Rob 10th? I don't know what that is. I don't know. Hashtag gaming or what says morning. Neon Todd. Hey, Art and chat. Gaming or what? Trademark the dog's name. I'll trademark Arrow T-Bear. So I'll tell you the origin of Arrow and the naming in a bit, but I want to get caught up. This is just kind of impromptu. I was going to do, I kind of briefly talked about it in passing about going on Home Shopping Network and QVC, and I did a spot with Mr. T. So I was going to talk about that. Maybe I could still talk about that a little bit. We'll see how it goes, and do a blow by blow there, and see. Man, I feel like I'm extra calm because I got like a baby in my lap. I'm not my usual crazy unhinged entertainment. Hell, Art and chat just saying, hey, since Art only streams while I'm work. I believe we're all gonna stream tonight on Ethan's channel at 7 Eastern time. Let me check. I asked them if that was Eastern time. Let's see if they got back to me. No one has yet. So I think it is, because a lot of the guys are on the East Coast. Look like my dog. Yeah, dogs are pretty much. They said this is a collie mix. I don't see much of the collie in there. I guess there are short-haired collies, and it's definitely a mix. Yeah, half pig. Victor Thomas says, hey, what's up? Mr. Flea. Oh my gosh, Mr. Flea, you perfect timing. Yeah, I think we finally got this guy's fleas under control. So we got him Saturday, and we got some flea soap, and we washed him a couple times and then picked a couple fleas off him. And then yesterday we took him to the vet, and there are these pills. And supposedly, well, you know what? It did work. I shouldn't say supposedly. They will kill they will kill these fleas. There he is. They'll just kill them. So the puppies eat the pill, and then I guess when the fleas go to bite them, their blood is kind of tainted, and so it's not enough to hurt the dog, but it will kill the flea. And this is the supposed part, that the fleas don't evacuate. They don't jump ship. They stay on the pup, feed, and then die. So let's hope that happened. We washed him this morning, and he was good. He's dead to the world. And then he had some other pills that we had for him, and he wised up, and he didn't take them. He got half of one of the deworming pills down him, but he still needs another half. And I guess there's a heartworm medicine too that he didn't eat. So he's about halfway through his detox. So yeah, the flea thing is under control. Can it draw? Not yet. Need to get it working. Indeed, you do. At this point, this thing is a drain. We had a puppy when we lived in California, but she was almost a year, or just about a year. So more grown up, more, like a lot of these little things. These little guys have a lot of stuff that they're still going through. So Flora was the dog we had, and that was Amanda's dog. And that one, she chewed and stuff like that, but it wasn't like this one. And we got it from the vet, I believe. So it already had its shots and everything. So this guy is like a street puppy. He's a street guy. And so, yeah, so we're driving home with this guy. So here's the name part. So we're driving home, and she's like, what should we call him? And I said, well, you paid $10 for him. Let's try to think of a name that has something to do with $10. So I was thinking like $10. We just call him Buck or something like that. And so then I was just like, no, his full name would be $10 Chuck. That would be his name. And Pamela's like, absolutely not. I go, we just call him Chuck or Buck. And she's like, no way. And so that was my name. I guess she didn't like it. So Arrow stuck. So he responded to that, which is good. So yeah, this is our third day, going into our third day with him. So we got him around noon, 11:30 on Saturday. He's behaving himself. I'm really surprised. So like I said, I just got out of the shower, and he was just crying at the shower door. And I just opened the door, and I didn't tell him to come. I just opened the door. And so he went in the shower, and he finished the shower with me. I know it's weird, but he stopped barking and squealing. Yes, please don't forget to like the stream. Danger Vanessa, Rob 10th is when we celebrate Rob Arnold from the Replicator, because Rob gets the business from the chat. Ooh, the business. Yeah, sometimes I know how that feels. Sometimes I get the business too. Shadowhawk, long time no see, man. How are you? Johnny Rando, hello everyone. I pity the fool who don't like dogs. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell the story. I was going to do an audio visual, but I think we all know what Mr. T looks like. Mr. T and the T-Force. Art said taint. I don't remember saying taint. I think you're making shit up. Shite. Okay, so what is tea tree oil? What does that do? Does that help him repel fleas? I think he came. I don't think he got the fleas here. I think he came pre-fleed. So our $10 not only bought a dog, but we got a dog load of fleas too. So we got quite a deal. We got quite a deal, and just a butt full of worms. Oh my gosh. Yeah. My wife Pamela is just like she just takes care. She's just a mom by nature, and so she's so worried about this little shit. So all the worms and stuff like that. So it's kind of like having a little kid. So he's on about like a 2-hour schedule. So every 2 hours we take him out to use the bathroom. And so far it's about a 50-50. So 50% in the house, 50% out. But they said they use the restroom about every 2 hours. So we're trying to time it. So he'll probably pee on this stream. But luckily I have a blanket under me. Look at that face. Yes. I'm going to hold him up again. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There he is. Yeah, smile, smile. Everyone loves you, Arrow. Shout out to the Woodlands. Yeah, so far so good. The Woodlands even provided a pooch. The funny thing is, when we went to the vet last night, and we were lucky that there was a vet that was open late. Everything else was closed, or we couldn't get in because we did call earlier, but they just were booked. And so we were lucky we got into one of the Woodlands veterinarian's office here, and we got him looked at. And so that's where we got the pills and everything. So when we were there, they said, oh, is he a whatever, collie whatever mix? And we said, yeah, that's what the person said. And it said, oh, well, we think we saw his brother earlier today. And I said, really? And it said about the same age, 2 months. The owner said it was like a collie mix, and had the same problem, just fleas and I guess they call it tapeworms. I'm not sure what they call them. They're like these little white rice things, and it's not cool because we have a cat here, so we got to keep him kind of away from the cat. Art's too old to get the real business. If Art got the real business from the chat, he would break his hip. Probably, yeah, because my bones are so fragile because I'm old. We just got a new pup about a month ago. Oh, cool. A lot of work, but worth it. Yeah. They sleep, and they sleep really, really heavy, but they only sleep for a little while, and then they wake up and they just want to play or eat. So if you feed them, they'll play longer. So I guess maybe why I'm low key too is I'm probably a little tired because every 2 hours we're getting up and taking them out into the backyard. So Jay Lee says, also bathe him with a Dawn dish soap. It will kill the fleas and it won't hurt him. That's what I heard. So the first day we did use that, but then we went out and got some flea soap. So I think I'm gonna go on every other day right now because I checked him real good this morning, and I think between the pills and the flea soap, he's flealess. But we will see. Twisted universal irony. Mr. T has T cell. What is that? I don't know what that's. Is that enema? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Don removes the protective coat, and tea tree frees their nervous system. Oh, okay. It kind of calms them down. Damn, that's a cute puppy. Cool. Yule agrees. All right, let's see what JG Martinez says. Cute puppy. Good morning, Art. When we got our kitten, she was infested with fleas. We used Dawn soap to kill the fleas. Yeah, I didn't know it would kill the fleas. I guess just instinctively we used it. They dropped like Flies. Just an inexpensive way to treat them. Yeah. Let's see. You could have named him Inko. Ooh, he is black. Maybe he'll be Inko Arrow. Arrow Inko. Oh man, hey, how are you doing? Keely Chow. Hey, Arrow. Let's see. People should see 6 a.m. wrestling video of Art. Wait, Art is tossing Kelsey and Donald like they're rag dolls. Hell yeah. Oh, I got to check that out. I know that there are these wrestling videos going around, so I'll check that out. I would be oh so flattered to be in that video. That'd be cool. I know their ears. I didn't know that they hide in their little batooties. Batootie fresh and fruity. Good morning. Let's see what Lord Crackhead says. I always want to know, like the 33, is that your age, or are there 33 Lord Crackheads? It's like there's all these variant versions of the Lord Crackhead out there. Stay away from Rachel Ray dog food. A bunch of it got recalled last year because it was making dogs sick. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, I think some of those celebrities, I don't even think they really check out the product. They probably just leave or just lend their name and get like some kind of like licensing fee or an endorsement fee. Joe Bernardo says Arrow Inco T Bear. I like that. All right, you guys. His middle name is now Inco. Oh, okay. So you're Larry Bird basketball fan. Okay, that's cool. Bird is the word. So it was fun to watch Art. He did a great job. You're in the ring decimating everyone. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. All right. I posted a picture of Arrow the other day. You guys seemed to dig it then. And then somebody posted that there's a song by this guy. Is it Nelson? And it's called Me and My Arrow. I guess is the album called The Point? Or is that the name of the song? So let's see before I get pulled down. Can we hear that? We cannot hear that. Where's the volume? There's the volume. It's not working. Okay, let's see. There's a... Oh, there we go. Oh, the dog jumped. That was funny. There we go. All right, I got to pause this. I was straightening up. So Harry Nelson wrote Me and My Arrow. So I was like, yesterday when we were hanging out, Pamela was we were trying to figure out what the hell that even meant. So Nelson wrote this track as part of his whimsical fable, The Point. Okay, so is this like a concept album? It sounds like it. The story of a unique boy. In this day and age, that's not a good way to refer to anybody, who is the only person with a round head in his pointed village. Okay. And his trusty dog, Arrow. Okay, so his dog is named Arrow. The singer could certainly relate to it being the odd man out, part lovable drunk, part mad musical genius. No one knew what to expect from Nelson, whose arrow often pointed him in different directions, resulting in an electric mix of work that would include Beatles-inspired rock songs, heart-wrenching ballads, goofy novelty tunes, and, before anyone else was doing it, an album of standards. Ooh. Okay. So Arrow is this whimsical fables dog. So this round-headed kid, this unique boy, his dog is named Arrow. Because I think it's like me and my arrow, wherever we go, it's me and my arrow. So it sounds like, dogs follow you. So it sounds like that. In a period of drug-fueled creativity, Nelson came up with the idea while exploring the woods near his Laurel Canyon home. Laurel Canyon, California. I was on acid, and I looked at the trees, and I realized that they all came to points. Ooh, deep. And the little branches came to points, and the houses came to point. Not a point, just point. I thought, oh, everything was a point. This is like kid logic. And if it doesn't, then there's a point to it, he explained. Laurel Canyon is also famous for the birthplace of Crosby, Stills, and Nash, who first sang together with Joni Mitchell's house at Joni Mitchell's house in Los Angeles neighborhood, where Graham Nash penned the hit song "Our House." All right, it has nothing to do with Nelson, not really. Just a general location. I'm sure there were a lot of other musicians that lived around that area as well. So the point was made into a TV movie. Whoa! In the original telecast, Dustin Hoffman voiced the part of the narrator father. The home video release features Ringo Starr in the role. Okay, so Ringo Starr was the father, and then the father's narration was Dustin Hoffman, that's weird. This is weird, man. Just a couple years earlier, Hoffman starred in the acclaimed film Midnight Cowboy, which featured Nelson's Everybody's Talking. So this guy had more than one hit. I had no idea. Mike Lookinland, better known as Bobby Brady from the Brady Bunch, voiced, what is that, Oblio? The film was also adapted for the stage as a musical. What? That song is like not that good. We're gonna have to listen to it again. The 1977 London version starred the ex-Monkees. He's still a monkey. Once a monkey, always a monkey. So I guess he was the kid that had the observation of everything being pointed. Oh, and Mickey Dolenz was in it as the evil Count's son and the Leaf Man. Wow, this is pretty. I thought, is acid considered a psychedelic? I think it's just a hallucinogen, but I guess maybe it's a psychedelic. In making the video version of The Point animator, it was animated, Fred Wolf worked with Nelson to bring his vision to life. How does this stuff happen? I guess people really dug this song. And often when it came to work, the singer wanted to play, I had to work 7 days a week, 10 hours a day. Oh dear. He had to work hard. The only times I didn't was because of Harry. It's hard to push Harry away. He'd say, we're just going out for a couple of drinks. I'd say, Harry, the last time I did, I got home at 6 a.m. It takes me too long to recover from these things. Harry was an incredible man when it comes to partying. Wow, that's cool. Nowadays, they would not talk that way. He was an incredible man when it came to partying, Wolf recalled. Wow, I wish for like Cecil, CG's own Cecil should actually be referred to as incredible. Imagine Dragons singer Dan Reynolds named his daughter Arrow after the song. Well, the dog is Arrow, so he named his kid after a dog. More songs from Nelson. We don't need to see that. Let's listen to this song a little bit more. Well, when the music starts, the dog gets all perky. Wherever we go, everyone knows It's me and my arrow. All right. I don't know what the hubbub. I don't know what the hubbub was about me and my arrow. I think they said that it wasn't Ringo Starr. They said it was Dustin Hoffman. And then was it that? What did? Let's go back. I already forgot. Features Ringo Starr in the role. Okay, it says Dustin Hoffman voiced the part of the narrator / father. The home video release features Ringo Starr. Oh, I see. They changed it up. Yeah, so I guess there's a version with Dustin Hoffman narrating the movie, and there's another one with Ringo Starr. I think the one with Ringo Starr would probably be more entertaining. What's the point? Seems pointless. You set him up, you knock him down. Sorry, I have pointed that out. Oh, psychotropic. Yeah. Yeah, I guess everything seems deep and meaningful when you're on acid. Neon Todd says, I thought I remembered this from my Beatles phase. So you thought that song was a Beatles song? Maybe. I mean, the Beatles wrote some silly songs, that's for sure. Okay. The point is animated movie soundtrack by Harry Nilsson. Yeah, I got that, but somebody invested some money into it because animation is not cheap. Let me type in. It actually should have a link for the movie, but it doesn't. Songs about friendship. Yeah, there's no link to the cartoon. I guess they don't want you to see the cartoon. Let's see what Arrow looks like. The animated Arrow. Arrow. The animated series. So it wasn't just a movie. Oh no, that's something else. Okay. No, it says Arrow, the animated series. Maybe I should put in that guy's name, Nilsson. Let's see what shows up. Okay, Arrow, the animated series with Nilsson. I think it's like Green Arrow stuff if you don't. Okay. Oh, shit. I know what this is. Let me see if I can download some of these things so I could show you. Save image as. We're learning what Arrow is together. Let's see. Oh no, we don't want to watch the video. I just want to show you guys what the cartoon version looks like. All right, there's one. Oh man, this is kind of Beatles-esque, man. Save image. Okay, let me do one more. You guys knew what this was. I never heard of this, but now that I see the images. Okay, I got my. Man, he's kind of panting. He's doing some panting. Okay. Me and my arrow. We're straight on the narrow. I'm going to have to let go of you for a minute.
I was coming to see if he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing okay. Check this out. We're learning about this whole song because I typed in Arrow by Nilsson.
Uh-huh.
And so it's a concept album called The Point. And apparently this guy was on some serious hallucinogens and walk through a forest and realize that all the trees go to a point and that there's houses and they're a point. Here's the shot that they're seeing, Pamela.
Oh,
Um,
what they sure
Yeah,
don't need to see me in
they
the
would
shot.
they would probably rather your face. It just fell from the chair. Oh, I've lost my focus. Okay, so here, let's share this, and Pamela can see it for the first time too. There was a cartoon. Somebody actually invested money, and they did. It's called The Point, and it's an animated cartoon. And so this is The Point here. And so they had some celebrities. So Ringo Starr does the narration. And before that, I guess the original one was Dustin Hoffman did the narration before he probably got, real big and bad and decided to take his name off of it.
Well, it is a strange song.
Yeah, so it's, the animated is based on that Nelson's Harry Nelson's music, and it's about a boy with a odd-shaped head, a pointed head, and a dog with a pointed nose. And so this looks.
So it is a dog.
Arrow is a dog, yeah.
But then in the song where he says, "If she leaves me tomorrow, I'll be all right," or whatever.
Well, it might be a female dog.
I'll carry on, he says.
Oh, he'll carry on.
Yeah, if she leaves. So I thought it was a girl.
Yeah. So the point, I know I saw this kid with this traffic cone on his head before. But this looks very like Yellow Submarine, like the screaming Mimis and all this stuff. This looks very psychedelic. So here's the kid. You see, it's kind of cute, I guess. The kid has no clothes on. I guess that's okay. He's got a pointed. They said he's got a pointed head, but this looks like he just has a pointed hat. And so here he's getting the lowdown from the three-faced man with one hat with arrows popping out of him like some kind of Yellow Submarine character.
Well, did you tell them what you really wanted to name him?
But why don't you tell him the story again?
Oh, you told them. Well, then that's good.
Yeah, but I was thinking, as I was saying it, there's actually okay, if we went to Buck Chuck, we could call him Buck or Chuck. Buck is a cool name.
Okay.
But then I wouldn't have this arrow story to tell on the chat. You knew that song, right? Or no?
I had heard it, but I hadn't thought of it in years. You were the one that said, "Isn't there a song?"
So when you came up with the name, you weren't thinking that.
No, it's because of the white stripe that goes from his nose all the way up to the top of his head.
Well, I have to read these. I read them already, but I know that you enjoy a good joke. So Past Master Dan says, "Time is an arrow."
That's true.
And then he says, "What is the point?" And then he says, "Seems pointless." And then he says, "Sorry, I pointed that out." So yeah.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah, it does. It does have kind of a Schoolhouse Rock vibe too. Maybe that's where I think I saw that character. Amanda, our daughter, said we should have called him Kato after the Green Hornet. And then somebody in the chat, Pamela, said, Inko, why didn't you call him Inko?
Oh my golly.
So we decided in the chat to call him Arrow Inko T-Bear.
Arrow Inko, I like it.
So we're going to have to teach him Inko as well. Look at the camera. He's making the pig sounds. Yeah, so
just as cute as a little old sow's ear.
We could call him Blinker. Mr. Blinky. Carry on my wayward Carry on my wayward pointy-headed son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your pointy head to rest, and don't you cry no more.
Oh my God.
That was albino, Mr. Thunderbuns himself. Yes. And it's weird because he's like a baby, so I've been talking like very calm around him.
Yes, Art was awake most of the night because the dog would go to sleep,
No.
for an hour, and then he'd wake up whining. And Art had his cage right beside his head, and he would talk to him. He'd go, "It's okay, Arrow. Go to sleep, Arrow." And then he'd open the cage and shove his hand in, and the dog would chew his fingers a while.
Yeah, he calmed down when he's chewing on my fingers. So, yeah, they're just like babies, trying to get him to sleep through the night. It's pretty weird. Inko, more like Stinko. When we got him,
Oh my golly.
he was Stinko. Like I could smell him from like we didn't even pick him up yet when we first saw him. He was on the ground, and oh my goodness, he was Stinko for sure. Inko is perfect. Yeah. Well, don't blame me. Great. Now I have Kansas rocking out in my head. Yeah, that's Joe. That's Mr. Thunderbuns. You need to thank for that. Oh, I guess there's a wrestling. I wish I had a link to it. There's they have like these wrestling like animation. So it's kind of like WWF or whatever. So there's all different comic skaters that fight each other in the ring.
Uh-huh.
And so they said that they created one for me. And I go in there and I kick, I think they said Kelsey Shannon's butt, and I forget who else. Yeah.
That's funny.
So I guess it's like once you like create the characters, it's like a simulation. And so then it just kind of goes into fight mode when you activate it. Oh, albino link the wrestling video to Twitter or from Twitter. Who was the guy again?
What guy?
That I'm talking to chat.
Oh.
The guy that actually made the video. Because I could type that in. Oh, it's in. Okay, cool. It's in the Pontificators chat. Which, by the way, you guys, we're going to do a Pontificators this Wednesday, so that'll be fun. We're getting the band back.
I'm going since he's doing fine.
Yeah, he's kind of got his head buried. You don't want to see me get beat somebody up? Oh, come on, hang out. Oh shit, that's me. Look. Do you see like the video animated vision of me? Yeah. Oh hell yeah. Hold on.
That's you?
Yeah, didn't you hear the voiceover? It said, wait, I'll come back. I don't know if I'm sharing. I don't think I'm sharing. Yeah, I'm showing Pamela right now, so hold on. I will share. Thanks. Yeah, share your screen. I got it. I just got too many things going on at one time. It's 6 a.m. Who created it? Ah, cool. 6 a.m. comics. That's awesome. So I'll play this for you guys and for Pamela. And we'll have a wee bit of fun here. Got so much stuff. Let me turn up the volume. I'll play it again. I just want to get all the volume up. Okay, here we go. Here's the whole thing. Sorry. Oh, do you see the rip in my pants?
No.
They purposely had me go backwards. Oh, that's awesome. Hold on. Oh my gosh. It's right. See it? Right there? Oh my gosh. You guys are awesome. Yeah, this is the way I wish I looked. I know that smile's kind of like mine. Ah, there's the hole. Oh, there's Dan Frega. There's Kelsey. There's Donald DeLay. Oh, shit. I punched Kelsey in the face. Oh! Oh, shit, an uppercut. Oh, shit, the flying elbow. Oh, the judo move. Oh, my head. Oh, the gut buster. Oh, oh shit.
Oh, that was so
Oh, my God. I have to watch this again.
That was great.
Oh, my gosh. Thanks, you guys, for hipping me to this.
Money on the line here in this huge critical four match. You have to wonder what mentally.
Oh, I feel bad for Kelsey. Judo. Oh. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. That is so funny. Oh, that's perfect. Thanks, Joe, for sending that. And oh my gosh, just crazy ass shit. So thank you so much. 6 a.m. I'll have to get a hold of you and give you some praise, man. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. I was looking at that version of me, the video version, and I was like, man, that looks like my dad. All that gray hair. Art owned them all. Yeah. And FW. Yeah, that elbow was brutal. The Hellbows. That was killer, man. Oh, he's growling. What are you growling for? Pedro's awesome. These wrestling videos are awesome. Yeah. He does look a little like Uncle Fester because Uncle Fester has like those, like the deep eye sockets. They dress Art like a beatnik. I think that's how I'm dressed in that shot where I had the ripped pants. I think I have the same shirt on. I don't know if it's I don't have any turtleneck. So yeah, maybe it's a different shirt, but those are the Levi 501s that the butt ripped out on. Got that little detail. Yeah, I do. I feel bad for Kelsey. He got beat up pretty bad. Don't worry, Kelsey's drunk. He didn't feel it. Let's see. WWE champ, the incredible RT Bear. Yeah, I like the voiceover and everything. My butt was trying to escape. The next video should just be my butt doing all the talking. Just beating those guys up. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I guess I can tell the Mr. T story real quick. So we covered the dog. We went off on a tangent which was a lot of fun. Yeah, 6 a.m. That was so cool. Thank you so much. Very, very flattered. Yeah, we have so much fun here at Comicsgate. It's a great, great community. Cool. All right, so I think I'm caught up. Perhaps. All right, so one more shot of Arrow. He's sleeping, which means as soon as this live stream's over, he's gonna wreak havoc on the house. So this is the new T-Bear. Say hello. Hello. Okay, you can lay back down. Okay, so hold on. So this is probably early 90s. So working in the X office, and I had just finished up Cable #1. It was out and it's a huge success. I mean, huge, million+ selling book. And I mean, it was beyond what I thought would happen. And so the cool thing too is I think it's a double-sized issue. So that meant the royalties were even better. But so the book is out. It's got a cool, foil stamped cover and everything like that. So I think I'm at San Diego Comic-Con, and this guy comes up and says, I'm a representative, or I have a show on QVC and Home Shopping Network, and we sell comic books sometimes. We have a comic book segment, and I was wondering, and he took me out to lunch. It was cool, man. I was still a little bit starving artist. The royalties were just starting to come in on the X-Men and things like that, so not rolling in the dough. And so then during the lunch, he told me all these things, and I said, well, sure. Like, my first initial reaction is always like, yeah, tell me more. And so then after the show, he started getting into, he contacted me. We got into more details, and turns out this guy was legit. And so what he does is he sells comic books on the Home Shopping. And I think there was a show that continued that, if I remember right, Nick Barucci from Dynamite hosted. So he stood in for this guy, or took the show over from this guy. I wish I could remember his name. I don't remember his name. I don't remember a host on the show either, but there probably was some kind of host. And so I guess the offices are in Florida. So they flew me out. They flew my wife out too, Pamela. And so we got picked up at the airport in a limo. Like, it was all first class all the way. And so I think we made plans to hang out with some friends or something there in Florida too while we were there. So, yeah. So, we get the limo, hotel, everything's, first class accommodations. And so then the next day, we get to it's an actual, like, it's a movie studio. It's like, it's got like not a back lot, but there's a bunch of sound stages. So it looks like a movie studio, I guess, minus the back lot. And so, oh God, I just keep looking at this. I got to click on it. It's like clickbait, Arts Derriere, T-Bear's Derriere. Yeah, that could be my handle. So anyway, so we're there, and I'm like, wow, this facility is massive. He said, yeah, we tape segments all the time. And so I guess, when I believe it's all live, it's all real time. So it's kind of like YouTube, like what we're doing now. And so we got to tour the facilities. So we're driving around on a golf cart and everything. And so there's this big warehouse looking building where there's just, it looked like a mile of just operators, phone operators, because this was all phone. This is before, PayPal and things like that. So I guess when you watch the show, if you guys don't know, then you could call this number and then you could purchase whatever it was they were advertising. And so we're in this like phone bank, and they're not even cubicles. There's just like tables all the way across this warehouse, and there's people just sitting, and they're only like maybe 4 or 5 feet apart from each other, just answering the phone, just making a ton of money. Like they were on the phone constantly. So I guess the idea is, they have these sections of phone, so when this one goes live, then they have this group of people that will work that. And then there's another phone bank, and then they handle this next segment and so on and so forth. So they take orders basically. And so then we got to the sound stage. It's actually a sound stage, just like Hollywood. And so we go in there, and there's a bunch of different like stage setups, kind of like, if it was like a sitcom. So I don't know if like sitcoms where there's one sound stage, but all the different locations are all within that same sound stage. So like you could walk through one door, and then like the Malcolm in the Middle one was my favorite. And I actually got to walk this set. So there's like this little backyard, and then you can walk through, there's like the garage, and you can see it, and then you can walk through the garage. No, actually it was the 70s show. You could walk through the back, there's like a garage door, and then there's the front door there, and then there's the driveway in that little backyard area, and then there's the house that's there, if you remember the show. So each one of those sets are kind of, you can walk from one to the other. And then like some of the interiors, like his room and things like that, those were, or I guess the basement, those were separate. So you couldn't walk in them, but some of them you could just kind of walk through. And that's how this was too. And then they had little self-contained setups. And so each one of these areas, man, he's getting heavy, was like they sell, I don't know, arts and crafts. They sell fingernail polish. They sell whatever the hell it is. And so then there's one over the side, and that's for the comic books. And so they said, well, this is the stage we're going to use. So they're setting everything up. And so the idea was I was going to sell cable number ones, and they were signed. So they were expensive too. And I think this was in conjunction with Dynamite, now that I think about it, because I went to Philadelphia, and that's where Dynamite is. And I signed up a bunch of like thousands, like 10,000 books or whatever it was. It was a lot of books that we were going to sell. So I think so I don't think Nick hosted this, but he was already working with, so he was probably supplying the books to QVC and Home Shopping. Oh, and that's another thing. They do both, like QVC and Home Shopping. So I think the first day we did, like it was Saturday, let's say, we did Home Shopping, and then Sunday we did QVC, or vice versa. I don't remember exactly how it was. So then I got to see the setup. They're setting up the lighting. They're setting up like the little pedestals and stuff, like easels, because I was going to do some drawing. And so I tried to find this. I couldn't find any video of this because I was going to play it for you guys. It's probably pretty embarrassing. But so then go to the green room. Well, I guess it was makeup. So they're like, oh, we've got to put makeup on you. And I was like, I'm not going to put any makeup on. So I just sat in the green room till it was time. So then came out. I got to meet Mr. T, because what we were going to do is we were going to do, I guess the camera, there was multiple cameras would cut back and forth between Mr. T and I, even though we were on the same stage. So I guess maybe there were 3 cameras. I don't remember how it was, but maybe there was like a 2 shot, and then there was one on me, and then there was one on Mr. T. And so then I did my segment, and I guess it would cut to Mr. T, and then it would cut to me, Mr. T. And so Mr. T was selling, I think it was I know that Neil Adams did the cover, but maybe it was like Mr. T and the T-Force. Maybe you guys can, if you remember that book. I don't remember what the book was called, but maybe it was Mr. T and the T-Force. And so, oh God, I'm being so calm. And because I got a dog on my lap. And So yeah. So the time came. We're doing the show. I'm drawing. They had huge drawing paper. I mean, it was massive. So I drew cable on this big sheet of paper. Like it, comic book artists usually only draw things about this big. If it's a full page splash, then it's 11 by 17. But the figures usually are pretty small. And so I wasn't used to drawing that big. So I think I did okay. And so after the show, so we got through the show. Mr. T was awesome. Just to see that guy work was amazing. And so then he just kind of walked out. He didn't really like hang out. So as soon as he was done with the segment, he took off, and so or got into his limo. And so then I did a little bit of schmoozing and hanging out. So then I got into mine. And so then, if I remember right, we went to dinner after that because it was a late night shoot or something like that, and or late evening. So then we went to a restaurant, and so there was a bunch of like, I guess, QVC and home shopping people that they didn't want to really meet me, but they wanted to meet Mr. T. So yeah, there's this big table. We had this room for ourselves, and Mr. T's there. And the cool thing is, they sat me right across from me and Pamela. Pamela was there too, right across from Mr. T. So it was for an hour or so. I'm just across the table from Mr. T. It's so weird, yeah, but in a great way. And so everybody that worked on QVC and home shopping, they were just trying to like talk like, so what was it like to be in the Rocky movies? I do remember this, like the first time I ever saw Mr. T was like the bouncer. It was like when they had Wide World of Sports. I think it was Wide World of Sports, and they had a bouncer competition. So I guess Mr. T was working as a bouncer at the time. So this is before he was Mr. T, household name. And so I do remember him standing out because I believe he had the mohawk and everything at the time. And so I remember like I remember the one was you had to throw somebody out. And I do believe it was a midget. And so Mr. T, see you later. Are you packing up orders?
Yes.
Very cool. And so I think it was a midget. This is so not politically correct. And so it was like a midget toss. I might have this wrong, but so they had like a doorway, and you grab this midget, I guess, by his belt, and you just kind of run and then just throw him onto a pad, like one of those stunt guy pads. And so they threw him out there, and long story short, Mr. T won. I think he won the competition. And so, they're talking about all of this type of stuff with him, and he's just kind of like, yeah, okay. Like he's probably heard these stories, had these questions come like a million times. So he didn't seem like overly like interested. And so then, my wife is sitting across from him. Oh, he ran through a door. Oh, that's right. They had to bust through a door. Yeah, but I think they had to throw somebody out too. He worked for Ali. Yeah, maybe he worked as a bouncer for Muhammad Ali. Yeah, he had like some like legit creds like early on. And so so then Pamela's just sitting across from him, and he wouldn't use the utensils at the restaurant. So he's got all like the bling, he had all the gold stuff and things. So he had like a spoon, a fork, and a knife, and he carried a chalice. It was like gold, and it had like gems around, like precious gems or whatever. I don't know what they're called, around it. And so he used his own utensils, and of course the knife, fork, and spoon were gold. And I think they were around his neck, so he must have changed his outfit and then put this stuff, because he just kind of pulled I think he did. Oh, you remember? Okay, you saw the show. Okay, you said no. You were correct. Yeah, I don't know who to believe anymore. A chalice, yes, a chalice. Yeah, yeah. It was like a full-on like goblet like thing, like you see in the medieval times. And so my wife just started talking to him like, why the chalice? Why this stuff? And so then he goes into, why he wears the gold and all this stuff. So he's talking about this stuff, and then my wife's just very good at just talking and just it sounds weird, like just being down to earth, just being a human. And so I'm not that good at it as she is. And so yeah, he just starts opening up to her. They're just talking, and it's like it was only those two at this dinner party. There was no one else there, and so everybody just started talking amongst themselves. They weren't even like trying to talk to him anymore after Pamela got his attention. And so she's asking him like, just, so what was your family like, blah blah blah. And it's like, my mother was a saint, my father died when I was young, but he worked his butt off or whatever, worked a bunch of jobs, as did my mom. And so he was just talking about growing up poor and things like that. And so I think one of the things is that he kept a pair of his mother's shoes, I think, that she wore out. And so I'm not sure, Pamela would be better at telling the story than me, that he bought her a pair of shoes. It's one of the first things like that, to replace the ones that wore out. But he always kept those shoes, and he kept those as a reminder of like where they came from. So I guess he had like a pedestal and like a glass case for the shoes. And he said they were right at the foray of the house or whatever, so everybody could see them. And so just very, very heartfelt, very down to earth. Well, he was with her. And was this before? This was Rocky was already out. Like when we went out to dinner, Rocky was already out, so he was already a big star. A-Team was already out too. So this was like Mr. T riding high. And so, but that the bouncer competition, that was before all of this, before Rocky, before anything, before the A-Team. Oh, maybe that was the show, Games People Play. It was on NBC. Man, I remember seeing that bounce show. That's the first time I saw it. Yeah, that it was pretty cool, man. He stood out even then. Like, you kind of knew that he was gonna be something. Like, that guy is just crazy personality. Could back it up. Like, he seemed like the real deal, Let's see what Comics Legend says. Art, what would you do if Lou Ferrigno moved next door? I don't know. It's a good question. I probably would try to ignore him as much as possible. I have a feeling that we become good friends. Yeah, I think he's dreaming. Listen, can you hear him? Yeah, he's shaking and he's like growling. A dude who wears his golden utensils around his neck isn't exactly what I'd call down to earth. But I'm not done with the story. Okay, so through Pamela, all the stuff came out through her. Like, he didn't volunteer any of this stuff to anybody. He was just kind of, very, just trying to get out of, a heavy conversation with any of the other guys. He really genuinely wanted to talk to Pamela. I mean, it was sincere. And so, yeah, he starts telling her that the Mr. T persona is just that. It's an act. It's not real. He's not that guy. That's a character he plays. So he says, when I'm on the clock, he said, I'm on the clock right now. He said, this isn't like, he never said his name either. So I guess he wants some privacy, but he has a name. Obviously, it's not Mr. T, but you know what I mean? Like, he probably lives his life by that. Like, friends and family don't call him Mr. T and stuff like that. So, you know, he's saying that. And I thought that was interesting. He said, so like if he's at the airport and somebody sees him and they say Mr. T and do that, he said he doesn't really respond to it. So if he's not in the Mr. T outfit, he's not Mr. T. So that's pretty much what he was saying. So, and usually he doesn't do the Mr. T thing unless he's getting paid. So that's like a professional. It's a character he plays. And it's funny because like you see these things and you just think he's Mr. T all the time. But, you know, he was definitely saying like it's a character. And it still boggles my mind today that he's just hanging out with Pamela and he's telling her all this stuff. Oh, what are you doing now? Look at this. Look at this. He's gonna be spoiled in no time. Yeah, so now he's in my right hand and I'm right-handed. Well, I'm not gonna be able to do the show. I can't scroll. I'm gonna have to do the show left-handed. Ooh, well, dude, I can't do this. I might click the wrong thing. I don't trust my left hand. Let's see. I think that they were throwing dwarf. I think it was a little guy. He used to be a bouncer. Yeah, I think it was a bouncer competition. T-Bear would put on his Levi jeans and take Lou to the ring. Oh, I wonder if I still. Oh my gosh. I was thinking if I still had those pants, I could probably wear them every live stream, and then I could give them away to one lucky comic skater like Dan Frege did his pink bunny suit. Oh, okay. So then his name has been announced. That sounds about right. Maybe he did say his name. Because that sounds real familiar. So Handy Caper says Lawrence Trudeau. Huh. Yeah, let me see if something shows up. I'll see if we can find it. Mr. T's real name. I thought he was kind of guarded about it. Mr. T's real name. Though his parents gave him his first name, the French spelling Chamettes. The American actor pronounces his name the American way, Timothy. Oh, so he had. Oh, okay. Let me. Mr. T's real name. So it's like Timothy Chalamet. Chalamet. Maybe that's it. What is Mr. T's real name? It does. It says Lawrence Trudeau. what was that other thing all about? Lawrence Trudeau on, 1952. Mr. T is 11 years older than I am. Illinois, Chicago, as the youngest boy in a family of 12. Holy shit. His father was a minister who left the family when Trudeau was only 5 years old. His mother raised him and his other siblings. 12 kids. Holy crap. What did Mr. T always say? Oh, like we don't know. I pity the poor fool. Oh, so he's very, about his origins here. Let's see. We can Wikipedia together. Let's Wikipedia together. All right, Mr. T, born Lawrence Trudeau. So it's Mr. T. So his last name starts with a T. Is an American actor, television personality, a retired bouncer, bodyguard, and professional wrestler. He is known for his role as B.A. Badass Baracus in the 1980s television series. My wife, Pamela, adores the A-Team. It was like her favorite TV show. Now you guys know why I needed to marry this woman. She loved the A-Team, and she dug the Three Stooges. Television series The A-Team, and as a boxer, Clubber Lang in the 1982 Rocky III. He is also known for his distinctive hairstyle inspired by Mandinka warriors in the West, in West Africa. His copious gold jewelry, his tough guy persona, and his catchphrase, I pity the poor fool. Or I guess this is just the I pity the fool. First uttered as Clubber Lang. Oh, okay. He turned it into a trademark. Always trademark. Used in slogans or titles like reality shows. Okay, early life. We don't need to know that. Oh my gosh. He always looked like a badass. Holy shit. Even as a senior, that picture is him as a senior in 1970. Looks like he'd destroy you. He's the youngest son, 12 sisters. He legally changed his name to T. His new name, Mr. T, was based upon his childhood impressions regarding the lack of respect from white people for his family. Oh, that's horrible. That sucks. I think about my father being called boy, my uncle being called boy, my brother coming back from the Vietnam being called boy. Oh, that's horrible. It's so effed up what we do to each other sometimes. He then enlisted to the United States Army in 1975. He served in the Military Police Corps. After his discharge in the late 1970s, he tried out to be a Green Bay Packer, a National Football League, but failed to make the team due to a knee injury. Trudeau next worked as a bouncer at the Rush Street Club Dingbats. That is where it was at this time he created the persona Mr. T. His wearing of the gold neck chains, jewelry resulted customers losing the items or leaving them behind at the nightclub. Also, he'd gather that stuff and then he would wear it. A banned customer, one reluctant risked a confrontation by going back inside. He could return the claim, his property from Mr. T, wearing it out in front, along controlling violence at the door, kept drug dealers and users out. He eventually played his job as a bouncer into a career as a bodyguard that lasted almost 10 years. You guys were right. His reputation grew. He was contacted to guard, among others, clothing designers, models, judges, politicians, athletes, and millionaires. He protected well-known personalities such as Muhammad Ali, you guys were right, Steve McQueen, Michael Jackson, Leon Spinks, Joe Frazier, and Diana Ross, charging $3,000 per day to a maximum of $10,000 per day, depending on the clientele's risk rate and travel locations. Wow, smart dude. That is killer. With his reputation as Mr. T, Trudeau attracted strange offers and was frequently approached with odd commissions, which included assassination, tracking runaway teenagers. He never took them up on this. That would be weird, man. He's like a hitman. Mr. T is a hitman. Tracking runaway teenagers, locating missing persons, advance 5,000, but he would refuse it. Okay, that's good. All right, here we go. While he was in his late 20s, Trudeau won 2 Tough Man competitions consecutively. The first aired as Sunday Games, on NBC TV under the contest of America's Toughest Bouncer, which included throwing a 150-pound, it was a stunt man. Okay, it wasn't a midget. I guess it was a stunt, like a small stunt guy. I mean, 150 pounds, and breaking through a 4-inch wooden door. Oh, okay. So we covered. Yeah, we pretty much got this. For the first event, Trudeau came in third. For the end, 2 finalists squared off boxing ring for a 2-minute round and declared the champion, making it to the ring as a finalist. Oh, killer, man. Well, I think we got the gist of all of this. That's pretty killer, man. I wonder if they talk about his comic book. I think it was called Mr. T and the T-Force, though. He had a comic book, but he had a cartoon show too, I thought. Yeah, he was really, really kind. And he just spent all the time with Pamela. He ordered like a huge steak, and he ordered dessert. He had a double banana split. And if you guys know, like a normal banana split, I think is 3 scoops of ice cream and a full banana. And he ate that and then ordered another one. Yeah, he's snoozing. Thank goodness. No, he doesn't do that. Let's see. I only call Zach my boy. I thought it was a dwarf too. They said it was a small stunt man, 150-pound stunt man. Yeah, maybe midget stunt man. Yeah, he did. Oh my gosh, he did wear a jumpsuit. The T cereal. Yeah, I know he had the T cereal. Man, you talk about just branding yourself. He had a cartoon as a traveling gymnast coach. Oh, that's, I guess it's more kid friendly, right? Mr. T had a cartoon where he was a coach, yeah, and went on Scooby-Doo type adventures. He called it Ass Team. He did not. That is a lie. That is a lie. And so, after the dinner, we parted our ways. We exchanged business cards. We did not exchange business cards. And I saw him the next day for the second installment. And we were professional. We did the show. And then I never saw him again. Sadly, I never saw Mr. T again. He rode his limo into the sunset. Yeah. I apologize, you guys. I think if I'm too loud, it makes him rowdy. And I don't want him walking around the studio because he's still not potty trained. So he might poop or pee on my comic books, which are on the floor here. I don't know if you guys do the same thing. After I read a comic book, if my counter space is full, I just throw them on the floor. I have comic books all over the place. Check it out. And then there he is. All right. Well, let's shut this sucker down. He was excellent as Clobber Lang. Yeah, the thing is, man, that guy, he can intimidate. He can look like the sweetest person in the world, but man, he can look like the scariest person in the world as well. Oh, that's cool, man. I had a punk band called B.A. Baracus. That's a great name. That is so cool. Let's see what Seven has to say. Anyone see the Key and Pill Mr. T skit? It was the best. It's the best, you fools. I like those guys, man. I wonder how they would be now if they would kind of be more politically correct, because I kind of dug some of their stuff, and sometimes it was very racy. Talking in the baby voice. No, just talking low. I don't do the baby voice stuff. And we never did to Amanda either. We had a friend come over the weekend, and she met Arrow Inc. Arrow Inco T-Bear. And she was talking baby talk to the dog, and the dog's like, what the hell? Yeah, she just went right into it. She's got kids. I feel sorry for those kids. Yes, we passed in the night. Like lovers. Sacrilege, Doja says. Sacrilege, get those off the floor. I have so many books, man. Slipping Hazard, yeah. Sometimes I don't know where to put them all, so they just go onto the floor until I can put them away. Eric says, no, I put my comics in a bag and a board, and I back in the shirt box after I read them like a civilized man. Apparently, I'm not civilized. You guys don't want to see the other room then. The other room is a complete massacre. It's like a comic book store blew up. Like somebody threw a hand grenade in a comic shop. Frankie Ramone, not the Frankie Ramone, is it? Mr. T always rolled nat 20s on intimidation. Mr. K, in his way, will challenge the stream. Black and White 2 now with option to have pause signature by Arrow? Possibly. All right. Well, he's going to need to be taken out. Did Pastmaster Dan just change his? Is that Mr. T? That's cool. That's the T. So nobody backed me up. Was it Mr. T in the T Force? Let me type that up because it wasn't in his Wikipedia. Mr. T's comic book. That sound getting to you, Arrow? Mr. T's comic book. Dude, no, don't do that. You're going to fall on your head. Yeah, that's it. Let me show you guys. Let's see. Images. Yeah, it was Neil Adams. It was the old Neilster. These ones are signed. Oh my gosh, this might have been from the show. Save as. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is this bring back memories. Yeah, this is the old Mr. T cover from the T-Vols. Mr. T and the T-Vols. I pity the poor fool. I think he probably said, I pity the poor fool that doesn't buy my book. It's probably what he said. Yeah, that's definitely Neil Adams. Yeah, this was also pre-digital, so this coloring is all airbrush. I think Neil's Continuity did a bunch of airbrush work. I think they did the interiors airbrush too. That's pretty cool, man. First issue collector's item. Neil Adams and Pete Stone. Mr. T and the T-Force for Now Comics. All right. I wasn't hallucinating like that Harry Nielsen taking acid and looking at pointy trees and then writing a song about a pointy head kid. Weapon T. No. Yeah, that's weird because, yeah, Neil probably did all the art duties at Continuity for Now, the publisher. But I think Continuity published their own comics. I wonder why they did go through Now. Maybe Now just had the copyright, like the licensing and the agreement with Mr. T, and then they just hired Neil. Oh. Oh. Gesundheit. Hope I don't keep going with that. I prefer the Marvel adapted A-Team comics in the 80s. Oh, I didn't know they adapted the A-Team stuff. I got to check that out. All right. Well, I'm going to hold this guy up so you guys can see him. Okay. And then we're going to do some sharing here. Earn your keep here, Arrow Inko Meister. So here we go. This is Chrono Mechanics. Chrono Mechanics is still in demand, only till the end of this month, and then after that we are going to close it down. And yeah, because we have to close the account because it's all my old payment info here. So to move forward, we're going to close down Chrono Mechanics, and hopefully we'll have a big blowout party. So I'm hoping to get a bunch of comics gators in here, and we'll just kind of close it down on a live stream. So if you guys haven't heard, this is Chrono Mechanics Retrofit. These are time traveling repairmen. They do more before the dawn of time than most people do all day. And here is the cover. Yeah, this is Team 9.2 of Sector 7. And they're trying to recruit a new... Whoa, what is that? A new trainee, a new member. All right. I think he's going to act out. So the link is in the description. It's a great book. It's a sci-fi action adventure humor book about the misadventures of Team 9.2 of Sector 7. So, yeah, come by, back it. Even if you have already backed a copy, we have a work in progress book, which is right here. So this is a behind the scenes book, a lot of working drawings, different things that give you insight. I love work in progress type of stuff. I love the creative process. So this is a must have if you guys like Chrono and like behind the scenes stuff. And so here's some of the drawings that are inside the book. There's Zin. And then you can always add this tier, which is the Superstar Collection. This is Oot, drawn by Sean Cheeks Galloway. This is Doug, drawn by Tom Bancroft. And then this is Zin by Comicsgate's own Aaron Lopresti. And then we have Carlo Barberi's Caravaggio. That worked out. And so we have this as well. So after you guys check that out, come by, sign up, give me your email address, and be added to the mailing list, and get yourself a free trading card. This is the artwork for the free trading card, colored by Stefani Renee, the great Stefani Renee, who actually colored some of the color work, I should say, on some of the old black and white books. Not black and white, Chrono Mechanics. Holy moly, I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, so it only takes a minute, you guys, and we have early bird specials and exclusives. So with the email, you'll be contacted and be the first to have access to the site. So you can basically just ransack it, just trash it, just get everything you want, get all those exclusives. They'll sell out quickly. So by signing up, you'll have first access to those things. So that link is in the description, as is Chrono Mechanics. So Chrono Mechanics is there as well. So let's see. Cute cat. No, it's not a cat. Thank you. Thanks for that, Joe. I do appreciate it. And we mentioned earlier, but Joe and I are going to, we're bringing back the pontificators. So Wednesday night, we are going to hang out and we are going to pontificate for an hour or so for you guys. It was a pretty popular show. My schedule just got a little crazy, so I had to back off from doing it. It broke my heart, but a great book, a great batch of guys. And we'll find a subject matter, and then we just talk it to death. We just pontificate the hell out of it. Thank you for that as well. We have Edwin the Ace. What's up, brother? And Edwin. Everybody loves Edwin. You need a restaurant at the end of time. Last minute dinner or something equally, what is that? Home related? Time related. Oh, okay. Time related. Yeah. Like, what was it in Hitchhiker's Guide, the restaurant at the end of the galaxy or something like that? Yeah. Yeah, there's the time stream in Chrono, and so they commute along the time stream. And I'm thinking that their highway, the time stream, will work like our highways. So there might be like AM/PMs and gas stations and 7-Elevens and all kinds of stuff, donut shops. So when they're commuting to work, they can get their coffee and donuts, kind of thing. I'm hoping. I'm still trying to figure out scheduling and trying to get everything done. At this point, it's pretty much a one-man operation setting this stuff up. My wife helps in the fulfillment aspects, but just setting it up in the creative part is pretty much me, at least initially. And then she'll come in and edit, and then she fulfills the campaigns. Okay, I think we covered everything. I even got my Mr. T story in there. I wasn't sure. Because this guy here was a tangent. He was a little bit of a detour. He was a U-turn. So we got this guy. He's wreaking havoc at the house. He chews on everything. But we love him to death. So this is Arrow Inco. T-Bear. Maybe Inco Arrow. Inco Arrow. They say when they make the pig sounds, they're happy. So I hope that's the case. He didn't eat today. We put some pills, like his medicine in the medicine. We put the medicine in the pills. Oh my gosh. We put the pills in his food. And I think he could tell he's not eating his food. All right. Yes. Coffee in heaven. It would. It really would be heaven. Yeah, that could be cool. It wasn't easy for me to say. Not at all. Not at all. All right, you guys. I think tonight Ethan is going to do the CG King show tonight, and we've been trying to get that bad boy, off and running. And I think it's going to be 7 o'clock tonight on Ethan's stream, and it will probably have like Shane Davis, Andy Smith, who's got a live campaign right now, First Man, and John Malin, Graham Nolan, Aaron Lepresti, so Billy Tucci. So it'll be a lot of fun. The kings of comics, indeedy do, for sure, Past Master Dan. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna go feed this flea bag here. It was fun hanging out with you, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you later tonight. And also, the Pontificators Wednesday night. I think it's going to be. I'm not sure if we came to an actual time. Wednesday after 8. So I think that's 8 o'clock my time. So that would be 7 o'clock Eastern. I think. I'm not sure. But I'm going to probably do a show before then, and I can update you at that point. And also just follow me on Twitter. I'll give you all the updates and stuff on Twitter. So very good, you guys. So thanks for the hang. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you later.